as this franchise is underway here in Orlando. Ball is loose. Flag is down as Orlando, the kickoff coverage team, comes away with it. 2nd and 6. Corbin again, catches a seam, keeps his balance, and right into the end zone. A 15-yard touchdown run for Sean Corbin. Here in the UFL competing. 2nd and 6, Plummer with time, and then he checks down to Dotson, who picks up the block and is past midfield for Orlando.
A really good job from...
I got a big group in there with the extra tight ends. 4th and goal. Play action. To the end zone, it's incomplete. He was looking for Mack, and defensively there was Lamar Jackson to deny it for Coach Anthony Beck's Orlando Storm defensively.
Well, it's just a tough play call. They haven't been able to run the football well down here. Then you're asking a tight end to go one-on-one against a corner and make it miss. Corner's going to win that tight coverage in short space.
Plummer. Pocket collapsing. But he is able to get it out, and he does so to Dotson. Plummer kept it alive. Dotson goes ahead for a first down. Remember, they do have the timeouts. Tony Fields thought he had Jack Plummer, but the next thing you know, it's 16 yards downfield.
This is just an unbelievable effort by Plummer. You see, Tony Fields going to grab his jersey right there, and he's got the wherewithal to know where his check down is and just flip him the ball. That is under pressure. And remember, Jack Plummer hasn't played significant football since 2023 at Louisville. He's been on a practice squad in 2024 with the Carolina Panthers, was cut last year during training camp. I mean, that's a really good job with the bullets flying and everything going full speed of knowing exactly where to go with the football when you're under pressure. Midfield, it's going to force teams to be more aggressive, which I love. This is a league where you want to showcase your talent. You don't want to do that by punting. You want to do that by going 4-on-4, try to put points up on the board. And here we go again for the long field goal attempt from Lance.
Michael Lance finished up his college career at USC to try to break this tie with a 55-yarder. And he had plenty of it. Massive leg, Michael Lance, a 55-yarder to give Orlando a 9-6 lead. Anthony and Co. Stadium in Orlando, intimately fan-friendly venue at 25,000 as Chris Rowland. Will you look at Chris Rowland go? One of the most explosive players a year ago when he was the star for the DC Defenders. And
we'll be fine.
What's the call?
Bat 9. We're coming from the beard, a lounging blitz. You can't overrun it.
Touchdown, Sean Corbin, as you heard Cap Munnerlyn, the defensive coordinator, say, oh, you can't overrun it, and that's what happened. Incredible access to listen to the defensive coordinator react as his defense gives up a
one-on-one on the outside.
Play action, Plummer to the end zone. Chris Rowland makes up for it. Touchdown, Orlando. Nine-yard touchdown catch by Chris Rowland.
Great job getting his feet down, securing that catch.
By the way, you only need 1 foot down in the UFL this year.
You heard Captain Munnerlyn talking about Rover. So what should happen here is double coverage on Rowland right here. This guy should have the outside, and this safety right here should have the inside. He moves at the last second, loses inside coverage. There's miscommunication there. The nickel then jumps inside. Nobody actually guarded the inside from the second level, and Rowland was wide open. So miscommunication on bracket coverage led to that touchdown for Chris Rowland. The call was right. Miscommunication, and Chris Rowland makes up for the penalty. It's 23-6 Orlando. Drive, no timeouts, 33 seconds left.
So after clocking it, second down at the 45. McClendon, little bit of pressure and they get to him. They don't have any timeouts. Keyshawn Banks with a big play. 2nd and 4. Ball comes out quick again. This is Hamler who turns the corner. Hamler, who was a second-round draft pick of the Denver Broncos 6 years ago. As he puts it through from 57.
That is no doubt.
Michael Lance.
Little high snap there. Great job getting it down. And that one was a never doubter right into the storm surge.
Good lift. Even had a lot of rotation on it and still had plenty on it.
Look at the catch in the front row there by the kid.
Oh, did we have a catch in the storm surge wall?
What a weapon in this league. Obviously not a 60-yarder, but remember, if it was 60-plus at any point.
3rd down and 6. Gets it complete for a first down, and still on his feet is Chris Rowland, wiggling his way to the 41-yard line.
Oh, it's a great job. You heard F choice. Chris Rowland's the F there. He can go any way he wants. The DB jumps outside. Great job setting him up so he takes the inside. That's Plummer's read the whole way, and a veteran wide receiver. That's the guy you dial it up to more often than not on 3rd down. You give him the option to go inside, outside, and he picks right.
First 3rd down conversion of
back to the run game here.
Orlando. So Michael Lance on for the 26-yard field goal attempt to try to tie this game. And with that, we are all tied up. 26-yard field goal for Lance. This is 3rd and 19 after the penalty. Plummer gets it complete to Hamler. Hamler's looking for blocks and finds them. Touchdown Orlando! An outrageous 41-yard touchdown. It was 3rd and 19. Plummer and Hamler make magic.
There's the speed I was talking about. That's the reason he was a top draft pick. What a playmaker with the ball in his hands. And let's see here. Keeps his feet in bounds.
What balance.
Dives for it. What a play by KJ Hamler.
Watch these last 4 strides, both keeping his feet in bounds, utilizing his hands, and then diving into the end.
He was practice squad with the Patriots most of last season.
And that is complete to Badger. Badger inside the 10. Badger into the end zone. Playing up the road for the Florida Gators and comes up big here in Orlando.
He's one of the faster guys in the league. Haven't called his name. There he goes.
It is picked off. Powell on the return. As he is taken down inside the 10-yard line. Chandler Rogers picked off by Michelle Powell. What a play. 55-yard interception return. First turnover of the game.
Bean pressured and pulled down for the sack. First sack of the night. Keyshawn Banks getting it done. Plummer dumps it, rolling, touchdown. Oh, the Swiss Army knife cuts through. 8 yards on the score, and Orlando goes on top.
Blue 88! Blue 88!
And no, they won't. Keyshawn Banks caught Ryan Wheeler in the background, and that will turn it over.
First down, so they have these second down and long opportunities. It's not working for them.
Let's see what Lance can do from 44 yards out. Missed his first kick, but makes that one, and so they will extend the lead. It's now a 10. They get it off. Bean. He's got a man, and it's incomplete. He had Winstead there, he had McKinney there, and couldn't connect with either one. And Louisville will turn it over on downs just before halftime.
It looks like he wants to throw it to Lucky Jackson outside, and then he kind of curveballs it at the end because Lucky Jackson isn't ready yet. Watch Bean. He looks like he's going to throw this ball outside, and he kind of curves it inside, but he's just too quick. It's just too quick. The play is starting to develop, but nobody's ready just yet, and he fires that ball with no imminent danger. You've got to be patient and feel good. But remember, throughout this drive, he's got hit on every single throw, and so to the flat right away. There he is.
Off the play fake. Corbin out of the backfield with blockers in front, inside the 10, into the end zone for the Orlando touchdown.
Yeah, boy! Hey, good job! Go, man!
Plummer's second touchdown pass of the night, 20 yards, and that's an answer.
This is why you love football. The play off of the play, right? We've seen the Z slide, right? Get here right away. So you give that same action, and then you kind of sneak Corbin here, slow, and then right here, a throwback screen. Outstanding play call by the young offensive coordinator, Colin Thompson. We've got ourselves a ball game here, Kurt.
This one from 40 yards away. And just inside that upright. And we've got a tie ball game.
It's getting closer and closer, isn't it, Kurt?
Yeah.
Just sneaks inside the right upright. The operation is good. You can see that rain falling. Your pocket just slips down.
Going deep. Over the middle, Hamler dives.
That's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Orlando.
Wow. A diving, sliding touchdown for Hamler.
Dive and grab it like this.
He's on the ground. He's not down. And as you slide, if nobody touches you, what a nice job there.
Score is clear, and we are staying here.
Oh, you can hear Dean Blandino in the replay command center saying, looking, flag drawn as Badger was the intended receiver, and getting there early. It was a defender for Louisville. Let's see who they called it on.
Yeah, he had to have restricted him.
This is their second live ball foul, so the score is good. By rule, the score is good.
Second live ball foul.
Right?
This is the second live ball foul in overtime. Isn't it the first series?
Louisville had the first one. Louisville had pass interference on the previous try. This is their second live ball foul. By rule, the try is good.
Even though it's not in the same period.
Even though it's not in the same period, it's the entire overtime.
Okay, so holding defense number 1.
Number 12.
Number 12.
By rule, the score counts. The game is over.
Correct.
Okay.
Holding defense number 12. Because this was the second defensive foul by Louisville during the overtime period, the try is good, Orlando wins, and the game is over.
A crazy finish. Corey Mayfield called for the defensive penalty because it's the second one. Dean Blandino, explain this to us. How does the game end?
To make sure that we had a winner and we got the game over with. We didn't want fouls to continue. All clear, all clear. We didn't want the team to continue to foul to prevent scores, so the second live ball foul by the same team during overtime results in a good try, and that's the rule.
So this is basically just an effort to prevent the defense from just committing penalty after penalty after penalty.
Correct. And again, to get the game over with at some point, how many tries are we going to go? You think about player safety and extra snaps. We've already been playing over 3 hours, and again, so when we put that rule in, and this has been the rule the last 3 years, the second live ball foul during overtime by the same team results in a successful try.
Plummer with a 5-man rush. Backside pressure. Plummer steps away. Looking downfield, and Plummer will air it out. It is caught, and on the run is Badger, a first down into Birmingham territory.
Mario! How cool is this by Badger to make sure he gets to his quarterback? You're going to see him come in here screaming from the outside. He's the outermost wide receiver. He's going to keep moving, just continue to move, get in position, and as he moves with this quarterback, he comes open and snatches the ball out of the air.
Plummer over the middle, into the end zone, it's a touchdown, and it's Cam Camper. His first catch, his first touchdown, and the Storm take the lead.
Yeah, I'm trusting you on the clock, okay? I'm getting close.
I just love when we talk to head coach Anthony Beckett. It's not coach speak, right? He said, this is a guy that we're going to use in the same way we use KJ Hamler. He goes, sets up right in the middle of the defense, wide open, and they trust him to make this catch. And like you said, Kevin, the first catch and the first touchdown. Outstanding job by a guy who is getting his first opportunity.
2nd and 9. Plummer directing his traffic, now trying to get away, and Plummer with room to run, loping up the middle. Plummer pounding his way to the 3, first and goal, Orlando.
Oh, you thought for sure that there would be a touchdown on that drive.
Instead, they settle for the field goal and a 10-0 lead for the Orlando. Good snap, good hold, kick on its way, and that kick is good for Michael Lance and a 13-0 lead.
And by this Birmingham defense, they've stood tall. Remember, Orlando only has 13 points in this game.
And add 3 more to it, it's 16-0, but it's still 2
in the game with the ball in your hands.
Orlando, son!
Deshaun Corbin is the running back. Plummer will throw on first down. He'll throw down the sideline, and he drops it in the bucket to Cam Camper. Oh, my! What a pitch and catch from Plummer to Camper, and a flag is down.
2nd and 9 for Frost. Going backwards. Picked off! Bledsoe, his first game with the Orlando Storm, picked up this week, and Mr. Boomer Sooner secures the interception.
Yeah, it's just friends helping friends. That's what it is. Friends helping friends. Jasheen Davis, number 30, he's the one that got the hand on the football. So watch number 30, right side of the screen, just doing his job in the right place. That ball is popped up. Jasheen Davis pops it into the air, and you mentioned it, Amani Bledsoe. He's been a part of the Storm for a week. Well, it doesn't take long for him to make a big play. Storm on the move.
We back in the building.
Howard got demolished for a loss. Chris Garrett, don't do that to him.
Oh, man, watch these two guys. This is the best sacking duo in all of the UFL. It's two guys. It's Chris Garrett on the right, Keyshawn Banks on the left, 52, and they both have a meeting at Jordy and Howard. That's how you do it. They both attacked the running back, like I said earlier. That's where you need a Harrison Frost to pull that football and take it to the end.
Points from 33. Backside pressure. Oh, he got hit, and the ball is out. Orlando isn't passing on it, and now finally there is a late incomplete signal from the sideline as Butler scooped it up.
Oh man, you want to see some handwork? You know what handwork is?
Yeah.
This is handwork. Watch the hands right here of my guy Keyshawn Bank. You know he's a San Diego State guy. But look what San Diego State got too. You see how he swipes that hand away and he gets to Harrison Frost before he can actually throw that football. See the hand movement and get right in there. It's incomplete. Looks like that arm is going forward. It's an incomplete pass, but an unbelievable rush by.
Expect some sort of comeback.
Third down, Frost floats it, no one home, picked off. Intercepted at the 10-yard line by Nate Metters out of UCLA. 3 games with the Vikings over 2 seasons, despite the fact he was not drafted out of Westwood.
I'm still trying to figure out what Harrison Frost is trying to take a look at. Because right now, look, he's got a safety right here. So the safety's sitting right there and it matters. And so next thing you know is he's just looking at the quarterback. It's like one of the easiest interceptions he's ever had. He just keeps his eyes on the quarterback saying, I'm just going to follow the football. Yeah. A miscommunication by the receiver and the quarterback. And that's probably one of the easiest interceptions Metter's probably ever had.
Plummer looking for Badger. Hey! Get him!
Good call, AB. Keep him in. Great job. Where are we going?
Score is clear, and we're staying. We're staying after the try.
73 and 77. 73 and 77.
10-play, 82-yard touchdown drive, finally, for the Orlando Storm.
There it is, it's man.
Need the 50.
Get out!
Frost doesn't see him! Slung down! Down Darius House of Pain with the sack.
Watch the big man move. He had to go a long way, but this is an effort sack by Kadarius Payne. Watch him. He's right here. The end's going to come here, but watch how far he has to run to get to the quarterback. This is will. This is want to. And watch the big man.
Orlando with the touchdown and a block! And this one is spinning and out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Guys, interesting thing, the special teams coordinator was talking to Coach Ricky there and said, just take this right here. If we do not want to kick again, he should have listened to him because this is catastrophic.
Yeah, it goes off Patulis. It's the up man, 25. It gets blocked right into the punt.
Here's Dotson. Tries to turn the corner. Gets the end zone. Here come the Storm.
Let's do it now. Let's go. 1 in the middle. 1.
Just making guys miss the line of scrimmage.
Third down to Corbin. Corbin, second effort, 30-yard line, first down, Orlando.
Green right, let's go rocker right, rocker right, rocker right.
Here's a 32-yarder for Michael Lentz. Says a miss from 56. He has to make this if Orlando is going to elect to use the 4th and 12, make it take it. And he does. So that makes it 25 to 17.
What hash?
Right hash?
Orlando needs the 40. Plummer!
Oh!
Let's go!
The catch is made! First down, Sam Wiggless!
Second down and 4 after the 6-yard completion. Plummer back to the air and on the run in Stallions territory, and down at the 40-yard line is Cam Camper. His 11th catch of the season and a first down for the Storm.
And there's an example of the yards after the catch. Watch the timing here, and this is what I think Jack Plummer does such a good job of. Ball is out on time, but it's also right in front of the intended receiver there, and Camper can just run through it, and he gets that positive yak
And this is some spark to the 35-yard line, and Plummer back to the air on first down. Open over the middle is his tight end, and room to roam. Inside the 10 and down to the 5 goes Steven Stilianos. First and goal, Orlando. Now motion from Rowland. He fires it to Rowland. Rowland looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Orlando.
This is basically just a perimeter screen, guys. You're going to get blocks by these wide receivers, and that allows Rowland right here. Catch the ball, get upfield, and then he's just got one to beat. Nice design right there from the Storm offensively, and good execution from Rowland. Some power at the goal line to get in.
And a goal.
Orlando, turn!
Plummer on the roll. Looking, throws, front of the end zone, diving catch and a touchdown for KJ Hamler. On third down, over the middle, oh my! Caught by Mickens, and he paid a big price with Jalen Mahoney's hit. And a flag comes in.
Open it up. Yeah, 12 on Sportsmanlike. I had 12 on Sportsmanlike. You did a little lick signal to the bench over there. Yeah, so we're going to go dead ball. Dead ball foul. Fourth down. Gotcha. Downtown. Yep. And we had number 12. Number 12 on offense. Yep. His first.
After the play is over on Sportsmanlike conduct, number 12, offense. 15-yard penalty, the down counts, it's fourth down. That's 12's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul of the game.
Follow, baby.
Well, here's the hit on Mickens. He runs this little under route, and then here's the hit, bang, and he holds on, and he decides to flex towards the bench, but then he took his helmet off and continued the conversation. And that's what drew the penalty here. He takes his helmet off right here. Starts wiping his face. And
now Orlando takes over on down to a first down carry up the middle for Jashawn Corbin into the secondary and an ankle tackle at the 40-yard line for Corbin. A pickup of 19 in a first 5. DTR steps up pressure at the middle and he's down. Orlando with their first sack of the afternoon, and it comes from the big Isaiah Marks.
Hey, what's up?
3rd and 4. Plummer with all day to throw, heaving it downfield, and Rowland, what an adjustment! Makes the catch inside the 30, and a first down for Orlando.
This is one heck of a catch. This ball's a touch underthrown, and he goes back and gets it. He's working against JoJo Tillery, and the other safety is coming over the top. That's Alex Cook. Cook gets there with some contact, and he's able to concentrate through that catch point and haul it in.
There's Michael Lance, and the field goal try is good. It just sneaks in. Inside the right upper. Reports will originate from on the shady sideline tonight. Hope you didn't expect to hear much about Orlando. High toss, caught, yanked out inside the 5 and dragging defenders into the end zone. Elijah Badger taking Damon Arnett for a ride for 6.
You're in the wrong.
This is so good by Plummer. You're going to see Badger coming to your screen from the right, but he fakes the opposite way, has to pump, relocate the football, and puts it on the face of Badger, and nice hands by him, but then it's all Badger. Strike! He's pulling him.
Second down and 10 from the 15-yard line for Deckers. That one's intercepted, and it'll be a walk-in touchdown. DJ James takes it to the house for the Storm. From the goal line as Rowland able to spin away from contact and find room on the sideline. Chris Rowland on the run and a big return for Rowland out of bounds near the 30 of Houston.
Throwing really nice football.
First down and 10, the run up the middle, and the ball is out. A jarring hit forces Orlando penalty, and now officially a 41-yard try. And the kick by Lance is good, and it's 17-10. For 6 tonight on 3rd down. Plummer trying to convert for the first time this evening. Pocket collapsing. Plummer steps free, finds Cam Camper for the first down into Houston territory. And a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. And Plummer pumps it going deep. Got his man out there on a touchdown to Elijah Badger. The first play of the 4th quarter. And the Storm are back on top.
On 3rd and 7. Plummer. And he makes the connection. Good enough for the first down. And Chris Rowland escapes a tackle. Takes it into Dallas territory. Great run after the catch. And you mentioned that earlier, how good they are at that. 25 yards total.
They're the best in the UFL, and it comes down to timing, right? So when you get the ball out of your hand quickly, if you're Jack Plummer, he throws that before he's out of the break. It allows the wide receiver an opportunity to secure that ball and then work after the catch. And this is a beautiful job holding on, securing the football, and then spinning out of the tackle right there of a Jane A. Harris, number 5.
Reed won't get a chance to pass as he is sacked. So it'll be 3 and out to start the game. Isaiah Mack, the big man, bringing him down.
Nice rush from Isaiah Mack. He's the interior defensive lineman. He's going to first go to his right, and then he's going to work back to the quarterback right here. He gets the double team, just continues to work, finds himself at the quarterback, and Orlando is able to get a sack. That's not something that they were able to do last week. No sacks against Houston, only 1 in the last 2 games, so a great start.
On 3rd and 7. Plummer on his tippy toes out to Rowland, and they move the chains again. Rowland leads the league in total yards, and he shows you why. Once again, good run after the catch.
Yeah, and he does a great job. Watch him move across the middle of the field here. He's just going to create some space, and then Plummer does a great job of just leading him out right out in front. That's a great throw in the middle of traffic in the pocket, and Rowland is doing a heck of a job. Going to be an issue for Michael Lance, their kicker.
On 1st and 20, Plummer stepping up. Open in the middle of the field. Easy catch made by Cam Camper. 25 yards on a 1st down.
Yeah, great job by Plummer. Stepping up in the pocket, and then you see Camper on the outside. Now, Camper is 6'2", 198. And he just beats Sean Wade to the interior. They're running man coverage, and Wade just doesn't track him to the interior. And that's an easy pitch and catch. Beautiful job there, and in particular after that. Partially kicking into the sun. Is that a problem?
And no problem. And so with the wind in his back, that one sails through, and the Storm are on the board for the first time tonight. It's a 10-3 ball game as we come to you live from Fort Hood, Texas. Try and get off the snide. Reed under pressure, sacked 2nd time tonight, and this time it's Delfarius Payne.
Good rush by these defensive linemen. You're going to see them all collapse on this interior of the pocket, and he wants to escape, Reed does, but you can see them just fall back into that sliver of an opening that was there, and they were able to get the sack. Great job by Payne coming back to the inside.
Seconds. Quarterback sneak, diving over his Plummer. Touchdown, Orlando. And the Gronk spike.
What a drive there. Great execution inside of 2 minutes. They're able to get that ball into the end zone. They'll get the kick to start the 2nd half. We saw earlier Plummer did a really nice job on the quarterback sneak to go to his left and dive forward for the 1st down. Here he goes up and over the top, extends that football right when it hits the goal line.
On 3rd and 1, Plummer with the keeper, 1st down and more. There he is into the open field. Jack Plummer, the quarterback, not known for his running ability, but takes it all the way in for the touchdown. 71 yards of steady speed.
They use the formation again and the motion. Watch the motion right here. It's going to drag defenders out of the box. Then you get a route here. What does that do? Drag more defenders this way. They lead the tight end up along the left side. That's Sean Bowman. And then how about Plummer showing some speed, able to run away from a Jane A. Harris who tried to punch that ball out inside the 5-yard line. Plummer was high and tight. He's into the end zone. What a score and a start to this third quarter for this.
Corbin tries to follow him, and he does, into the end zone, and Orlando retakes the lead.
Let's go. Good job.
They have an extra offensive lineman in at tight end right here, and you've got Payne, the defensive tackle, and watch these blocks just opening up a little bit of a lane. What a great job. And then obviously Corbin keeping his legs underneath him, churning for the end zone.
First and goal from the 7. And that's KJ Hamler right into the end zone for the touchdown.
Right over to Cannon. You see the Cannon scared him as he goes in for the score. I tell you, Orlando has done such a good job of attacking this defense and the scheme that they're using. They're trying to run this man coverage, and it keeps biting him because he's just going to come around on a little bit of a jet sweep here. And as he gets the football, he just runs away from the defender trying to trail him, who's just too deep. But then here's the best part. Here he is. Score. I got a touchdown. Yeah, you bet. And then, that cannon went off right over it.
He suddenly remembered he was on an Army base.
Oh, that's great.
With the win, clinches a playoff spot. Reed. Intercepted. In and out of the hands of Baylor Cup. It bounced around, and Deion Jennings finally brought it home for the Storm defense.
Baylor, my boy.
Drops have plagued Dallas all night. Mims dropped a touchdown. He dropped another one that would have been a first down, and here Baylor Cup over the middle of the field, and it hits him right in the face mask. Ball gets tipped around. Deion Jennings is right there, and he picks it off. I mean, you can't execute that any better as a quarterback. The route was correct. He settles down across the middle of the field against zone coverage. Austin Reed can't believe it.
In Orlando territory, Spencer on the option kept it, and Darian Butler says thank you.
Kurt, that's something that you have to monitor during this game. Even though he has done mesh in practice, the mesh of the running back or the receiver, whoever he's handing the ball off, that's something he hasn't had a bunch of in live game action, right? So at this point, he has to make sure he protects the ball, and he cannot give Orlando short field.
Line up. He's left. So what?
3rd and 2. Who else? Chris Rowland falls forward, gets the first down, keeps on moving. Yes, that's his 3rd catch already tonight, 13 on that one.
Such a great feel there of getting outside the hook to curl defender and then kind of wrapping inside and just being friendly. And usually with the wide receiver, you say nice and big and friendly, but he's not the biggest guy on the field, but an easy target for Plummer. You can see they're handling one of the best pass rushers on the touchdown, but it wasn't against him. He's only caught one pass where Thompson was in the air.
Plummer throws off his back foot wide open, and into the end zone is Badger for the touchdown. Elijah Badger, 4.43 speed at the combine last year. Takes it for 41 this time around.
They try to go Tampa 2 and drop their middle linebacker, Brandon Smith, down the middle, but he cannot run with 2 in black. Elijah Badger, one of the most talented wide receivers, not only on this roster, but in the UFL, just runs scot-free down the middle and catches the touchdown.
Plummer, open in the end zone. How easy was that to Cam Camper?
Fooled us both.
double move by Camper in the slot.
Oh, yeah.
And he's wide open.
I mean, it's a great concept, John, where they get him. You get that window dressing where you're going to get a guy in the flat really quickly, right? So when you see that, you want to react. So he pretends like he's blocking, and then he just wraps himself around into the end zone, and that's that 10 personnel Cam. 1 back, 0 tight ends, but we want to have Cam Camper in the game, and that's how far he's coming this season. Started off the season inactive, and now he's got his own personnel and a touchdown on that drive.
Abram Smith dancing. Orlando stopping the music. And there's that man again, Isaiah Buggs.
I mean, just strong, violent hands at the point of attack. Watch him hit and extend. Hit and extend. He gets hands on, hit, extend, and then he kind of slides his way in, not only when he's rushing the passer, but also in the run game. He is so stout in the middle of this Orlando defense.
9 yards on 7 carries for Corbin. Here's Plummer under pressure. Throws, and it is caught. Chris Rowland open. That'll put him over 100 yards tonight. 18 on that reception.
Use the speed to get your guy open. You're going to use speed from one receiver, and then you're going to bring Corbin in and go on the out route. A nice job of Plummer climbing into the pocket. I like to call it getting into the fight. If you're a quarterback, you hit the back of your drop, you start to get in the fight, and when you get in the fight, you have a lot open downfield. He finds Rowland, and
he puts it through to match what DC did on their first. Good snap, good hold, and he puts that one through to make it a 27-19 game. 8 points is the difference. With 25 seconds left, DC will get the ball back. And if they can get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, try to send this thing to overtime.
Yeah, this is a dangerous call here because you have the risk, like I spoke about, of getting blocked.
Play action again. Bean takes a shot down the sideline. It's intercepted. Picked off by... Instead, it's intercepted. This could go all the way. Niche Powell will go. Pick 6. Rolling in motion. Blitz underneath, caught. Badger makes a man miss. Knifes up the middle, has a first down. And more. Badger brings it inside the 35. What an individual effort by the former Florida Gator. And under constant pressure today, Jack Plummer does a great job of stepping up into a small pocket here. Watch him step up and make this throw with guys all around him. Was a little low, but a great adjustment by Badger. And his 4.4 speed, you just want to get the ball in his hands and let him do the rest. Makes Darion Connolly miss and picks up the first down. And you kind of
all nicknames, right? Like Tiger, Bear, Bronco was supposed to be a nickname. That's the given name.
Kick is good. Orlando extending the lead. Still no offensive touchdowns in this game for either team. DC defense has been uber physical. Plummer from under center has time to take the shot and hits Badger across the middle for a double-digit gain. Oh, it's so good. You're going to see Chris Rowland in this dagger route take Bryce Thompson out of the picture, and then that's where that dig route comes right into the void. Man coverage there, nobody over the middle. As long as you run that safety off, you got a great one-on-one option, and Plummer took advantage. And now he hits Rowland for a touchdown. First offensive touchdown of the game. And it's the former DC for DC. Dangerous return man. Chris Rowland is back deep. Punt is blocked in the end zone. Orlando special teams coming up with the play, and it's Cap again. Spent some time in the preseason with Jacksonville, but now has taken advantage of this opportunity in this league and has shined. The ball might have come out there. Orlando's saying they have it, and that is the signal. Wow! A
Another special teams play by the Orlando Storm, and they have just won the football back.
Keep this thing close here in the fourth quarter with 8 minutes left.
Michael Lance on the kick. Has missed once from beyond 50. Has made from 27. This from 49. And it is good. And that is good. Little time to judge it from the 1 seed, trailing by 11 early. Plummer steps up, throws downfield to a wide open Hamler. KJ Hamler.
Boy, Derek Roberson is coming off the right side. He's going to apply the initial pressure. Look at the job by Plummer to step up, ball security. That one ended up looking like a punt because there was a defender swiping at the arm of Jack Plummer, so he couldn't let that one go clean. But KJ Hamler, one of the guys we haven't...
Not just the result. So the challenge doesn't work out for Anthony Becht. And Lance is able to put it through. So 14-6.
To try to make Jack Plummer uncomfortable.
Play action after the 12-yard run, and that is complete. With defensive backs converging, KJ Hamler, who had the big reception earlier, comes up with another.
Well, I just talked about getting pressure on Jack Plummer. There is no pressure here. Watch how wide this pocket is. Jack Plummer has so much room to operate. Sees KJ Hamler come open. It's a great job by Hamler of going up and getting that one.
3rd down and 6. Sanders. That ball's intercepted, and it is Maga. All the way. We just showed you the replay of him knocking out the starting quarterback, and now he picked 6 returns against the backup. And all of a sudden, Orlando's right back in this.
And it goes without saying, but that is what you could not afford to do if you're Spencer Sanders. Jason Bean had protected the football so well through almost 3 entire quarters. This was the storyline last week for DC. Turnovers were their downfall, and they just opened the door for this Orlando team to get back in it.
How quickly things can change as Lance adds the extra point.
And it's just great awareness. Watch Malga right here. He's going to sense something. He's going to sense Briley Moore is not really blocking him. He's going to feel screen, so he gets his eyes up, tracks the ball. And when Orlando needed it, it's a guy they signed on May 12th. A guy that hasn't played a ton of ball for them except for last week. Led the team in tackles. And Anthony Becht said he looked like Troy Polamalu's brother flying around. Really impressed with how he played last week. Earned the starting job this week. And that is the biggest play of the game for Orlando.
Needing to rally here in the 4th quarter. Plummer gets it complete. It is Rollins, and there is Chris Rowland, Jordan.
And this is a little bit of the game plan. I thought we would see tempo and empty formations. It allows Jack Plummer to kind of see the defense. That could have been pass interference. You get a new opportunity inside the 5. Instead, you settle for 3.
Michael Lance comes on to attempt the short field goal, and he puts it through.
Look at all the distance the corners are giving receivers.
Plummer steps up. Downfield, he wants every bit of it! Touchdown, Chris Rowland!
Boy, watch Kai Gray playing middle field right here. He's going to have his eyes on Plummer. He's going to lose track of Chris Rowland as he's watching Plummer. And that is a great job by Chris Rowland. That ball got away from Plummer a little bit. Rowland tracked it down and made the catch.